everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Creative Visions TV with your host, Karen Dahlman. So you guys, I really enjoy when I get to travel around and meet all kinds of really fascinating people who are also exploring the paranormal. I mean, they're into the metaphysics, they're into the spirituality of it, they're into just looking into the great beyond, what else exists out there. And it's so much fun when we really get to sit down and share our techniques and even share an investigation. And my favorite thing to do, you guys, you all know this, is to sit down with somebody who's experienced at the Ouija board and see what that session brings to us. So on today's episode, I do have a guest who's one of these people that I love getting together with. So before I bring her out, let me introduce you to her. So she comes to us from across the pond. That's right, the UK. Shout out to the UK guys out there. You know I love you. Okay, so I had an opportunity to travel out to the UK and meet this lady firsthand. And you guys remember that. I did a show on that when I went to Sage Paracon. That was 2018. So I got to meet this lady, and also I got to hang out with her for an extra week beyond and travel all over the place in London and some of the areas nearby. Now, let me tell you what. She's a first-class paranormal investigator. She's a psychic medium. She's a producer and director of many paranormal TV shows in the UK and also documentaries. So let me give you a list of some of the shows she's done. Okay, she's done The Paranormal Captured, Most Terrifying with Jason Hawes from the US, Paranormal Lockdown, Hotel Paranormal, and In Search of the Paranormal. Now, she grew up in a haunted house, and she immediately realized she had inherited some of her mother's psychic abilities. And so this led her on a quest, an odyssey, a journey to figure out just what the heck was going on. What was this all about? And so today, fast forward, you can find her speaking at paranormal events all around the world. You guys, she researches all over the world too, like from the USA to the UK to Zimbabwe to South Africa to Europe. She's all over the place. And what's really cool is that she also offers these destination, if you will, getaways in the paranormal, where you get to go to a spot and do investigations. She also hosts weekend getaways, all about the paranormal. You guys, that's what she's all about, seriously. And to me, she's one of the top EVP people out there today. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest to this episode, Paranormal Extraordinaire, MJ Dickson. Welcome, MJ. Welcome.
What an introduction. My goodness. Hi, Karen. How you doing?
Hi, great. You know, and I got to tell you guys, you hear how busy she is? She's super accomplished. Seriously, she just skidded into the house pretty much to join this show with us, right?
You are going to have to excuse like the rings under the eyes because I have been in Wales' most haunted location, the Scared Inn, for the last 3 nights investigating with my team to raise some funds for the British Lung Foundation. So I literally, I pulled up and went, let's do this.
So I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for doing that for us. You guys, we're going to get into some good stuff today because of her background in EVPs, her background with paranormal investigations, her producing work with you doing these investigations on TV. And I got to start here, MJ. You and I sat down, used the Ouija board on an investigation at the White Swan Inn, and OMG, right?
Far one of my most incredible Ouija board experiences I have had in the over a decade that I've been doing this professionally now.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was great.
Well, I liked it because we didn't just use the Ouija board. We used the EVPs with the Ouija board. And we had another paranormal investigator. You guys know Aaron Sagers. He's been on the show too, in there with us. And a couple other people. And, I mean, do you want to share a little bit about that, your experiences about it?
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the White Swan first.
Oh, you guys,
Hotel.
I stayed in the most haunted room. Okay, I'm just going to say, just got to tell you that.
It is a fantastic old inn. Now, the inn dates back to 1325. I mean, that's just insane on its own. The current building that we investigated was built in 1527. Now, the White Swan is the ground of the gallows, was just behind the inn, and it used to be quite a big public spectacle where people would watch public hangings. So, there were 18 hangings that took place on this property, but there were also a lot of other sort of murder mystery things that have happened over the centuries. One of those stories is of a lady of the night, shall we say.
Okay.
By the name. Her name was Virginia Black, and this was in 1845. She fell in love with a businessman and obviously wanted him to leave his wife. They got into a bit of a quarrel at the top of the staircase, and she fell down the stairs. Now, it's still unsolved. People don't know if she was pushed or if she fell. So when we were there, we were very much set on room 18, the Diamond Suite, the most haunted room that you stayed in.
I asked for it, you guys. I sure did.
Yep. And we decided, let's try the Ouija board to see if we could make contact with Virginia Black and perhaps find out, solve this mystery. And I think we got a lot more than we bargained for that night.
We did, you guys. It was pretty amazing. So just you guys are going to wonder, I have any kind of weird paranormal experience when I was sleeping in there? I didn't. But I was just I was aware that, I didn't know the whole tragedy that happened. I knew very little. I didn't want to know too much until I found out a lot more later. But I was just aware of just the uneasiness. And maybe it's also because I knew I was in this place that, was really haunted and everybody claimed to see things. I saw nothing with my eyes. But when we sat down to do the Ouija board, we did get a lot. We got a lot with EVP.
Yeah. So one of the things that I do, because EVP is my thing.
It is.
I am clairaudient. As a psychic medium, I receive information in a claircognizant way, so it's as if it's my own memories, but I mainly hear them. And if you know me, you will know that I talk constantly. I am very talkative. So
yes, she is.
EVP is sort of my thing because I love having conversations with people, and I always bring it into any experiment that I do. So using EVP alongside a Ouija board, it kind of helps you validate the information that you're getting out of the board. If you ask them to please say the letter into the EVP recorder prior to using the planchette, well, then you know that it's not ideomotor effect. You know that you didn't push that planchette because you have something else that validates it. So it makes your experience more authentic, and it helps you validate more information. So we received so many answers through EVP that corresponded with everything that we were getting through the Ouija board that night. And it was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, no, Aaron, we call it paranormal drop jaw when they go...
It is, you guys.
Sure, I saw Aaron Sagers do that a couple of times.
He was like taking notes, and we're like, oh, this is normal.
Right? And it was just an absolute pleasure to work with somebody else that worked so well with the board, and it just flowed. It was amazing.
Yeah, likewise. And you guys, every time I would say the letter, it was saying it in the EVP. We didn't hear it till after the fact. So it was like going L. It was like repeating. Remember that? Was that crazy?
Yeah. That was amazing. And it's actually something that I've incorporated after that event. I do it all the time, and I make sure to teach other people that, look, if you're going to use a Ouija board, you're not going to summon a 5th level demon from hell.
Now why is that, MJ? Why would you say you aren't going to?
Well, I mean, I think Ouija boards got a really bad rap from horror movies. It's always something demonic. It's always something scary. But at the end of the day, a board or a piece of wood or a piece of cardboard is no different to using an EVP recorder. It is no different to using a spirit box. It is still a tool to communicate with the other side. The difference is your intention. Mm-hmm. If you're putting love and light and positivity out there, and you are very genuine in your intent to communicate and learn their stories, you're going to have a great interaction. But if you're going in there with the mindset of, oh my God, I'm gonna conjure a demon, first of all, I think they have a really good sense of humor on the other side. So a lot of the times they'll mess with you.
Right.
It's not actually Satan himself. Rather, someone that's just really messing with you on the other side. Because I know I'd do that.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till that happens, because, listen, our pact right now here, I have this pact with a few people, is that if one of us goes first, we get over there and just, come back in the board, and we say all kinds of fun stuff to each other.
Do you know what? I tell everybody, and my team know we have, like, this contract.
I've heard you say it.
Whoever goes first, I like Ouija boards and EVP. Pick one.
I'm picking Ouija
Either
board.
one.
It's great, you guys.
I'll
Seriously,
put 20
you guys, it's fun to have. Listen, having a sense of humor. I love what you're saying about this. When you have a sense of humor too, it raises the vibration. And you guys know this. The guides say this all the time. When you raise your vibration, it's easier for them to come through that energy field. So have fun. Be serious. Take it seriously through intention, but also have fun. And I know MJ is going to share some of that with us when she talks about her investigations. Because I got to tell you, being around MJ is a lot of fun, and it's also serious. So I know you take your craft seriously, but you also include the aspect of joy, which I really appreciate.
Absolutely. It's super important. You know, I've been a practicing witch for over 20 years. And everybody goes, well, if I am not a witch, then how do I cast a spell? Well, it's your intention. You're setting that intention. And it's the same thing with investigating the paranormal. It is the same thing with working as a psychic medium. You know, your intent, and if you are very genuine and serious about what you're doing, but you also like to have a little bit of fun, you will get a more positive response. You know, I tell people all the time, if you're doing EVP, that's the one thing that bugs me the most, is people will start this EVP session and go, if there are any spirits here, would you like to communicate with me? Awkward.
It is awkward. It's like forcing somebody.
Yeah. I don't want somebody to speak to me like that when I'm on the other side. But if you walked in there and you went, hi, I'm MJ. Hey, how's it going? So tell me a bit of the history of this place. I mean, I'm new to this place. What can you guys tell me about it? You tend to have a much better interaction when you're just speaking to them like normal people. Just because you can't see them, it doesn't mean they don't have a good sense of humor, or their personalities are still exactly the same. So that's one of my main things, is just have a bit of fun and, yeah, have a laugh.
Yeah, and I like that. Your way of going about it is like a conversation. And that's, you guys, by the way, you know, when I use the Ouija board, when I talk to the guides, it's the same thing. It's just like good friends sitting down and having a conversation, you know. And when MJ and I get together, same thing. It's like we have conversations, we take things seriously, and then we take things more fun. And I think that's why it works so well for us. You were already doing that. I was already doing that. We came together, added the element of what you're really, really excellent at, exquisitely excellent at, is the EVPs. And of course, you guys know what I'm good at. We bring that together, and it was just a beautiful marriage of bringing in the energy. So fun, you guys, fun and good stuff. So now, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your production and the shows you're working on, and maybe you could share a really scary story with us, and maybe even some funny stuff too, because I know you love humor.
Yeah, I actually have a few good ones from a recent show. So I mean, again, recently I've been non-stop, just working on show after show. But we filmed In Search of the Paranormal. Now, it is on a platform called Iconic, and it didn't have the biggest budget, so my team and I were working with what we had. I fully produced the show, directed it, and led the investigation. So it was really intense trying to do all of that, and still focus on a real paranormal investigation. One of my biggest pet peeves is TV shows that think that they need to amp everything up. And here's the thing, guys. You don't get 15 EVPs before the first commercial break. That's just not how it works, okay? Sometimes you have quiet nights and nothing happens, and that's okay. But be real in what you are portraying out there. And so for me, In Search of the Paranormal was more of a documentary style, really real. It was very raw. And I think that's what people loved about it the most. And on set, we had a few moments that scared the hell out of us. As somebody who's been doing EVP work for so long, the Skirrid Inn, we spent a week in the location. And it was the first location where we had full sentence, crystal clear EVPs. Love it. Long sentences. It was like sitting down and just having a conversation with people, a proper conversation. And it was really exciting, but it was really terrifying that, you know, they're able to do that. Is that our energy? Is that the energy of the building? It was really fascinating. We had a few scary moments off camera.
Tell us. Do tell us.
We were filming at Bodmin Jail, which is one of England's most haunted jails. And it was during the lockdown period, so we had access to the place exclusively for 8 days. And there were 6 of us, so it was myself, my 3 team members, and 2 camera guys to help film any interviews and things. We had a few actors in and out. And we were all standing around having dinner, grabbed some pizza, and we were standing discussing what we were going to do next and how the camera guys were going to leave, because when we say it's just myself and my team investigating, it really is. We do all the camera work, we do everything. There's not some guy behind a camera in the other room or, hiding in the doorway that's making a noise. It's genuinely just us.
Oh, that's good. So you can isolate, with the clothes you wear or the sounds you make, Okay, I didn't know that about that. That's really good to know.
No, it's literally just the 4 of us that are investigating. We each have a camera, and we each have a camera on each other.
Fantastic.
So if I'm Corin's filming Carl's filming Alex, and Alex is filming me. So you can see all 4 of us at any given time, and there's nobody else in the location.
I guess you guys, she has a great team. And I met all these people. They're fantastic. They're really good in the areas that they work in. So yeah, you have a great team there. And these people also really want to get down to what is this really all about? They're not in there to get just get something good on camera. You guys are take this part seriously. And I want to stress that because people do reality shows. This is not like a reality show. Oh, do that again. This is live. It's what's happening.
Yeah, this is absolutely raw. There's no, oh, could you just say that sentence again? There's none of that. It's completely, that is what happened. And so I was standing around after we had dinner, and I was explaining to the team, okay, guys, the camera guys, you guys are going to head back to the hotel. And I was going on about what we're going to do for the evening, and something grabbed my bum.
Yeah.
When you're standing in a prison full of really gropey, creepy guys, and something grabs you, the funny part about it was literally I jumped so high that my brain had time to look down and go, well, shit, that's high.
Wow.
Literally, it was terrifying to have something physically grab you like that so unexpectedly. I mean, we weren't investigating or anything of the sort. I kind of looked like, when you stick a cucumber near a cat and it just kind of jumped straight up.
Oh!
Kind of had one of those moments.
Okay, I've seen that on YouTube. Okay, I got it. Got the image. So seriously, it was like a hand. You could feel a hand. And then what happened? I mean, after you jumped and got yourself back together, what?
We ended up going straight into the investigation. We thought, the activity seems to be ramping up quite a bit. And we went downstairs into what used to be the old hospital area of the jail. And this area is quite busy. I mean, spiritually, it's pretty hectic in there if you're sensitive. I picked up on the spirit of a child, a little boy, that had been running around us and checking out our equipment the entire time.
Oh.
And so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try and play a game with this kid and interact. And so I decided to play a game called Hot and Cold. Now, for anyone who doesn't know it, usually the person would close their eyes and you would walk towards where you think someone else is, and you would say, am I getting warmer, am I hot or cold? And if you're getting closer to the person, they'll say hot. If you're walking away, they'd say cold. And so I explained this to the kid, and so I was walking around with my recorder going, am I getting warmer, am I hot or cold? And I stepped into a different part of the hospital and walked straight into the spirit of one of the doctors, who was not very impressed that I was playing games in his space. And as I walked in, I kind of said, oh, he doesn't like playing games. And crystal clear, you hear this child's voice go, he's here.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty insane. So I want to play that for you guys. I actually want to show you that EVP. So I have my recorder right here.
Yay!
So I'm going to hold this next to the microphone and let me know what you guys think about this in the comments of the show. I'd love some feedback.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Am I getting warmer? Am I hot or cold? Am I getting warmer? Hot or cold? How about now? He doesn't like games.
He's here. It's really creepy.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Super active place. But we have had some funny moments on set. I had the living daylight scared out of me by a sheet of plastic.
What?
Nothing paranormal whatsoever. I just had a heart attack though.
What do you mean?
We were moving from one area of Budman Jail, which is a massive location, to another. So we were carting all the cameras across. And we decided to step outside for some fresh air. Myself and Carl were standing having a chat. It was a really windy night. The wind was absolutely howling. And behind me was a driveway. It was quite steep and it had gravel all over it. And I heard the gravel start crunching like something was running up behind me.
Ooh.
And I literally froze. I couldn't, you know that moment where you get such a fright that you just go, and everything freezes.
Yes.
And I couldn't get words out, and I didn't want to turn around because I could hear it right behind me. Turns out there was a construction site a little ways away, down the end of the drive, and they had a massive white sheet of plastic covering something, and the wind had picked it up and dragged it all the way up behind me. But it had lifted up into the shape of a figure. So turned around, all I saw was this like flailing white figure right next to me. I nearly joined them on the other side. Just about. Honestly, it was terrifying. I don't think my team have ever laughed so much in all their life. Yeah.
Did you guys get that on camera by chance?
No.
Oh.
I'm actually kind of happy about that.
Oh. I could see you doing one of your shows, and at the end you just end with bloopers, because that's fun.
We have a lot of bloopers. So many, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, we love a bit of humor. We love a bit of banter. So there's always some of that on set. And I actually add all of that onto my Patreon page. We've got a full behind-the-scenes blooper reels, what goes on, how the show's put together. Yeah, so any of the shows that I work on, I've got all the behind-the-scenes stuff on Patreon.
You tell us a bit more about Patreon page, and that's something you've been working on in more the last year. And I got to tell you, she's doing all these investigations. I mean, lots, and she's giving you all that access to all that behind the scenes. So, what else can people expect from your Patreon page? It's pretty cool that you're doing it.
Thank you. This is something that I've been the last sort of 6 months. I've been trying to figure out what people want. What sort of content do people enjoy? So I've got anything from haunted history blogs, where you get either a video tour of the location and all the haunted history of it, or you have a virtual tour that you can take and actually visit some of these locations in Wales, in Ireland, so all over the UK. I've also got, as I said, the behind the scenes on the TV shows, blooper reels. You also have access to all of the In Search of the Paranormal episodes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to see the whole show as well. Oh my goodness, I do a monthly workshop. So I've done...
That's really worth it, you guys. I actually saw one of her workshops on EVPs. And as I told MJ, I'll tell you guys, it's top notch, probably the best I've ever seen on EVPs. So yeah, you put a lot of your heart and soul into this. I'm so happy you're doing this, because you bring a whole nother level to what we're doing. Because this is the UK, you guys. We're used to doing this stuff in the USA, and here she's doing it in the UK at places that you normally won't go unless you're traveling. You know.
Yeah,
so,
I really want to. I want you guys to experience the UK, whether if it's the history that fascinates you, or whether it's, sort of more true crime and paranormal stories, or just seeing the locations or learning more. A very, very big thing for me is being able to share whatever I have learned from amazing people that I've had the opportunity to work with over the years. And I just want to share that knowledge. I just want people to take, that EVP workshop, take notes, do it on your investigations. Give those experiments a try. Because if you start getting better results, well, then we're onto something here.
That's right.
We can start seeing patterns and figuring things out and moving the field forward. We can get one step closer to figuring out what exactly is going on the other side.
Yeah.
Or how to better communicate.
It's a collective work. I mean, we all got to add our pieces to it. So it's almost like a call out for you guys to help out too. So let's talk about this. Your link to your Patreon will be below if you guys want to check her out some more. But, you got started in this really at a younger age. But when I came into the picture and met you in 2018, you really started your shows, your events, because of what you were going through in your life. You want to share a little bit about that, how that all started? Because to me, it's very fascinating. You took a situation that wasn't so good, so pleasant, and really made it into something wonderful.
I tried.
You did a great job at it, yes.
Thank you. Like I said, I've grown up with all things paranormal. I'm 5th generation crazy lady. So,
Woo-woo.
Yeah. My mom, my grandma, my great-grandma, all of them are very similar. They all have some sort of a witchy, psychic, weird gift, if you will, or ability. So, it was nothing new to me. I just wanted to figure out what was going on and share it. And in 2015, I was 29, and I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And they told me that it was a super aggressive type of cancer. They didn't know if I would survive at all, if I had weeks, months, years. I had a very rare type of cancer, so there wasn't much research at all. And getting news like that really makes you think of the other side.
Yes.
It really puts things into perspective for you. You start questioning, okay, you've spent your whole life trying to figure out what's going on the other side, and now you could potentially be there.
Wow.
So I kind of thought, if I'm going to go out, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave something that makes people think, or that brings people together in some way. And so whilst going through chemo, I had 2 massive surgeries. And I did some really intense chemotherapy. And while going through the chemo, I got really bored, shall I say, in a hospital bed, and decided, do you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together a paranormal convention, because it's going to go one of 2 ways. I'm going to schedule it for 2 weeks after I'm supposed to finish my chemotherapy, so it gives me a goal to get there. Putting it together will take my mind off the situation of what I'm going through. And thirdly, if I'm going out with a bang, and we're going to have a great party.
She created her memorial service, I guess you could say.
Right? Exactly. But I'm like, you better have EVP recorders there.
And the Ouija boards.
Right? And so I thought, I just want to bring people together. I want people to learn more, and I want to do something great for the field. And so I put together this convention, and it was amazing. We finished the first one. I looked like Gollum from Lord of the Rings because I had no hair. I was completely bald from the chemo. It was weird. We donated everything to Cancer Research and Macmillan over here, all the proceeds from that. And at the end of the weekend, everyone went, MJ, that's great. That was amazing. When's the next one? And I went, what?
I'm doing another one?
No. Do you know how much work that was?
You guys, she pulls it off so seamlessly. You wouldn't know it's that much work, but there's a lot of work. I've watched, I've seen.
It's crazy. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And what happened, what I realized from doing these events, I never once said, hey, we're going to create this thing called the Sage Tribe.
Yeah.
But everybody that started coming to the events started seeing each other every year or at different investigations. And somebody turned around the one day and was like, oh, you're part of the Sage Tribe. And I stood there going, the what?
We have something like that?
We started that. I was like, how do I not know about it? What's the loop here? And so it kind of just spread. And so we have Sage Tribe members all around the world. And it's not like a membership that you have to sign up to. It's just like-minded people. I get photos from guys in Colorado that sent me photos of like Robert Murch.
Yeah.
Met Richard Estep through Sage Tribe things. And then they sent me a photo of the 2 of them together going Sage Tribe Denver division. And I was like, we have different divisions now?
It's organic, MJ. It's been very organic how this has all happened for you.
Absolutely. And it's just a really nice group of like-minded people. We get together, we do online paranormal conventions because we're so spread out around the world. You know, I know people, obviously COVID times, people can't travel. And so I thought, do you know what? Let's bring the tribe virtual. Let's do it online and do conventions that people can attend from their home in their pajamas. Why not? So yeah, it's kind of where we are now.
And you started, I think the first one you did was about a year and a half ago? Wasn't it like January of 2020? The online one?
This January.
No. Was this January you started it? Oh my God, you guys, I was on that one. But you know what's so funny? I was like, it's been a lot longer than that. But no, you're right. And so it's only been a half year and you've done, I think you're on your third one.
This October, the 1st of the
Well, let's talk about that because I'm going to be there, you guys. I got to tell you, for the price that it costs, which is not much, you get a bang for your buck. And I highly recommend you go to it because if you can't travel and go to these events, if you can't see MJ or any of the work that I do too, and a lot of these other really cool people that have been on this show that are also part of that, you get to see a whole other side to them and stuff. And also, they have new stuff to share with you in their investigations. So let's talk about this one coming up in October, early October.
Sure. Well, what it is a full webinar via Zoom. And I know a lot of people hear Zoom and they may not be so tech savvy, so they kind of go, oh, what do I do? You literally buy a ticket, you get sent a link, you click the link, it'll give you a little registration form, and then it'll send you another link once you've registered. And you can click that link as many times as you want over the course of the weekend, and it's kind of like watching TV. You just kind of pop in as an audience member or you leave. So there's no limit to how many times you log in. You get sent a schedule, so you know it's kind of like a TV schedule. You get to see all the lectures, and there's breaks in between each lecture. We have music breaks, and all the music is artists that are affiliated with the Sage Tribe in some way. So whether it's, you know, they're members of the Sage Tribe or some of their music has been great at our VIP parties over the years, or so there's always some sort of a connection. And there's fun little facts about the speakers in between. So you can pop in and out anytime you want. But we have about 20 different speakers over the course of the week. It's a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And we have, well, we've got you, Karen. We've got, I'm trying to think of, I've got to be careful here because I'm trying to think of who I've announced and who I am announcing this Saturday. So we can do some spoilers.
Well, the other thing too is that I'll put the link below you guys on the website where you can go to and you can see the names she has up there already. I know Johnny Zaffis is one of them.
John Zaffis is going to be talking about, he's doing a Q&A, so all the audience members get to ask him questions via the chat room, which we then ask him. And he's doing a Q&A about haunted objects. And, you know, the whole hashtag, it's a demon that everybody's on about on TV shows at the moment. You know, how true is all of that? How common is something like that? Let's dispel some of those myths.
Good.
And then I will actually be sharing my EVP workshop from my Patreon. I'm going to give everybody access to that. So it's about an hour and 20 minutes, the workshop.
Oh, yeah, it's very thorough. That's well worth it for sure. That's a good one. I didn't know you were going to share that. And there's a lot of other people, you guys, and there are a lot of, what I like too is that she supports the Talking Board Historical Society. You guys know, like I've got John Kozak's shirt on from Salem Witchboard. She's got Rick Schreck's Ouijazilla's shirt, and some of those people are going to be there too. So they've been at past shows as well. So, you know, it's fun. And you know what? I'm super excited, you guys. I don't know if I told you all yet. I don't think I have because I've been talking about other events I've been doing. What I've got coming up to mid-October is we are going. I apologize to interrupt this broadcast, but I must let you know that due to the instability of the borders between the UK and the USA, this event has been postponed. Now it is rescheduled for May 27th through the 29th of 2022. But some more actions happen there. I mean, it's crazy. Some really cool stuff, right?
It's one of the most haunted locations I have ever had the pleasure of investigating in the States.
Yeah,
I went to Belgrove a couple of years ago, and it was some of the best EVPs and experiences I've ever had investigating, and I literally fell in love with the place. Michelle, that runs Belgrove, she just kind of went, "Hey, stay an extra few days," and I just investigated constantly. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing a book about it, and with Richard Estep, and so I thought it'd be really cool to take about 40 VIPs. That's it. Like a really small, intimate convention, and have a handful of speakers, but I want people to really be hands-on. So this time round, it's a little different to any other stage that we've done. We have myself, Karen, Greg Lawson, Jessica Potter, who's
and Richard,
and Richard Estep. And we are going to be teaching you hands-on workshops. We're going to be doing talks, Q&A sessions, and it is for 40 people. So we still have literally a handful of tickets left. And that will be for all 3 days. There's a meet and greet evening with some snacks and drinks, so you get to hang out with us and just get to know the speakers a bit better. We will be investigating Belgrove, so everything you learn from the talks we'll be putting into practice at the location. And everybody is going to be sort of a character in Richard's book.
Oh,
So
that's
you
so
have to
exciting.
release it.
That's cool, you guys. I'll put Richard's interview when he was on the show. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll put that down below in the comment section about the video, because I want you to see who he is. And so that's I didn't know that part. That's pretty cool. Now, you guys, you've been asking me when I'm doing some kind of program teaching the board, I will be teaching it there, hands-on. I will sit with every single one of you that comes to that workshop that I'm providing to help you feel what it feels like, yes, to get it to work. And I got to tell you, every time I've done this workshop, I have not had anybody leave without learning to have that planchette move. It may still be gibberish, but at least you're going to get that feeling of when spirit reaches in and you can do the movement. So I'm excited about it because I love teaching hands-on. You guys know that. And I'll also be giving a workshop. But yeah, I'm super stoked to be there. God, I can't wait. Okay, since we're talking a little about Ouija board again, that you guys, I always talk about it. Show me, I want to hear about and show me some of your favorite Ouija boards that you have.
Sure. I had to run back down to the car and grab a few out the car. I haven't even unpacked yet. I literally drove in from the investigation and went, "Let's do this."
She's like me. She has them with her. You know, sometimes I carry. One's always in my car, you guys, by the way, and one always goes with me when I travel. She literally had hers in a bag. She just brought it in.
Yep. I actually have a really nice Ouija bag.
Yeah.
That I keep all my boards in for traveling. So the first one, this was my birthday gift from Robert Merch. It's my Hasbro Barbie Pink.
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it because it is not only super bright. Here we go.
Cute.
It's so cute.
It is cute. And of course, you guys know I have that one. You've seen Rodney and I use that before. That's part of my collection too.
I love the 72 questions only girls want to know. Great. I always joke with people because this is my favorite board to use during an investigation. Because a lot of people, because of Hollywood, are so scared of it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, how can you be scared of a piece of cardboard that's bright Barbie pink?
Right.
You know, it's like 8 and above to summon a demon, 21 to drink. You know.
True.
Right? It does say 8 and above.
I know.
I have the Portals to the Beyond Phoenix board, which is
yeah.
I really, really love this board, but it has some opening sigils on the back as well. So we got these guys
yes,
up here, open some communication. And my favorite board is my talking board, Historical Society board that is signed by all my speakers at St. Caricon.
That's right. We brought that to you in 2018.
Yeah, there you are. You're there.
Yay! Yeah,
Love it.
that's a great board, you guys. We had that for a while. We were carrying them and selling them. We wanted to gift one to MJ. But you know what, you guys? I think we're out of those right now. Our last ones are gone. So that's a major collector item. I'm so glad you have that and you kept it and with everybody's signature on it. So I think the talking board will probably our group will probably be coming out with a new board. But, you know, we've got so many things going on right now. But stay tuned for that. And if it does, we come out with a new one. When we do, I will let you guys know. So God, that's so cool.
Oh, thank you, boy.
I remember when you got that one. That is awesome.
Oh, I love it. It's just, it's along with the memories, and it's talking Vaughan Historical Society. So, I love you guys so much. And
Thank
I'll support
you.
as much as I can.
Yeah, thank you for all you do for us. You really do support us. We appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You're a part of the Sage Tribe. It's what we do.
You guys, I am part of the Sage Tribe. By the way, I'll put the link down below too, as well. We got a lot of links today, you guys. A lot of things to do. Call to actions. But join the Sage Tribe. I'm on there too. It's a Facebook group. It's free to, it's free to join, of course. And then you just kind of poke around and see what's going on. But if you ever go to one of these events with MJ, she, like I said, she does investigations around the world. She's done them in the United States. You'll see the announcement there. This online thing, which is around the world, you could be anywhere to do that. Then Sage USA, which is the one I'm going to in October, and then also the Sage in the UK. I've been there twice now as a speaker and doing investigations and teaching stuff. I have so much fun, and I got to tell you, what I like about it, MJ, is that it's more boutique-ish, and what I mean by that, it's a good number of people where you can really interact. It's not like thousands of people. Sometimes you kind of get lost in the crowd, but where you can actually sit down and have a conversation with somebody and get to know people.
We have for Sage UK, which is my biggest event.
That is big.
We have 150 people.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because, when you think about it, when you have 10 or 12 speakers, they are able to get around a group of 10 people and hang out with you and shake their butts with you on the dance floor and sing karaoke with you and have a beer with you. And, you have all this time to really pick their brain. It's not like I'm just going to watch a lecture. And
exactly.
My time with the person. If I watch your talk and I think to myself, do you know what? Actually, I have more questions. Right. I can walk up to a speaker at the bar and go, hey, do you want to have a beer? I have a few things that I want to run by you. And the speakers that I choose, I'm very careful with who I have at the event, because I want people who are on the same wavelength, that want to share and don't mind, an attendee at the convention coming up to them going, hey, actually, I have questions. It's very intimate, and that's super important for me.
Yeah, and that's what I enjoy about it a lot too, when I'm doing all these different kinds of events. But it's hands-on. So what else do you have coming up for you? We got the things in October coming up. I know you're working on a lot of shows. Anything you want to share with us? Well, we might be able to see in the UK on TV, or even us that we'll be able to see maybe in the USA.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, you can watch season 1 and season 2 of In Search of the Paranormal on either my Patreon page, or if you want to sign up to Iconic. They've got loads. I mean, they've got so many different shows on anything spiritual, anything a bit out there. So yeah, you can check us out on iconic.com.
Okay.
It's a fantastic platform. So anyone can watch at any time. We do have season 3 of In Search of the Paranormal, the Budman Jail season, that comes out this October. So look out for announcements in the Sage Tribe or on the Sage Paranormal page. I do have a second season of one of the shows that you mentioned on that list.
Which one? Tell us.
I'm not allowed to say.
Oh. Okay. Top secret thing.
On that list.
Okay. All right. So one of the shows that I mentioned earlier on, there's a sequel coming up to is season 2, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. We've recently finished filming that, so that should be out around about the spooky season, October.
Perfect timing for that. And so speaking of the spooky season, what is it that MJ likes to do when it comes to Halloween?
Well, seeing as though I am a practicing witch, Halloween is pretty much my New Year's Eve party.
Of course it is.
In a way, it's bringing in the new year, the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. And so I tend to either do a witchy ritual on Halloween, and I actually have been doing some 101 spell casting and teaching people more about Wicca and witchcraft, and that on my Patreon as well. So my July workshop was a 2-hour interactive spell casting workshop.
Really?
So we had people set intentions and do spell work and things. So I usually do that over Halloween.
Well, you guys know me. I always do. The spooky season comes up. And by the way, are we pushing it? But yeah, I kind of feel like Halloween's already around the corner, It is. It literally is, right?
I pushing it in on Halloween, which is the 1st of May. Halloween.
Of course you have been. But you guys know me, I like to use the Ouija board, and I also like to do some kind of witchy, manifestation thing, and I talk about that here. I think it's important to put your intentions out there any time of the year, but especially then I think of All Hallows Eve, as it's known as, or All Saints Day, which is the day after November 1st. It's like you get that whole idea of this veil being lighter, lifted, and you can manifest. I mean, I believe there's something to that because people's projections of their thoughts are believing that too. So we kind of ride the wave of that energy. The guys have talked about this before, especially when there's a big change going on, like, when you have a holiday, everybody celebrate around the world. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, you guys think about what you're going to do. And maybe you check out one of these events she's got coming up in October. You'll get some ideas from that for sure. Now, I do have to say one more thing about MJ, you guys. This woman has some pipes on her. She loves to sing, right? Karaoke all the time.
Yep.
She gets the party started. She always has a karaoke machine at these events, and I'm like, I don't sing, guys, but I dance. But she sings, and wow, you can do it. You're good. You're good.
That's very kind. Thank you. Right. I very rarely get embarrassed or blush, but the moment somebody brings up singing, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's so funny. You do get embarrassed. I don't know why. I should be the one embarrassed because I'm the one that can't sing. But you just take that mic and she's like, la la la, let me start this party.
So this is something I've been working on recently quite a bit as well, is incorporating music into my investigations.
Oh.
Live music brings people together all around the world. We go to concerts, we gather, we love live music. How many people go to a bar and when there's a guitarist or somebody playing, you're like, oh, hey, I want to have another beer. I want to watch this person. So I thought to myself, if it brings me so much joy, what about people who are at a location who are sick and tired of the same damn EVP questions, like how did you die? I want to talk about that, right? Let's talk about the most traumatic thing that happened to me, shall we? I don't even know you.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Or do I want to sit there and have a conversation and have a laugh and listen to some live music? So I take my guitar on investigations with me now, and I play them a little gig. Yeah, so I now play them a gig. I do EVP in that at the same time. I did it at the Spirit Inn where I put REM pods on each and every table in the bar, and I said to them, right, it's gig time. Sit down, grab a seat at a table, touch the REM pod to let me know where you are, or if you want to give me a round of applause, I can't hear that, so you're just going to have to touch the REM pod. Let me know that you've enjoyed it. If you didn't, throw something at me, either way.
Are they going to see that on some of your TV shows you're doing? My gosh, MJ, what very clever of you. I'm so glad you shared that with us here. That's a great idea, you guys, when you investigate it. It's really true. Everything she's talking about, raising the vibration, communicate as if they're just people there. Like you see me do the board the same way. It's like you're going to get a better response when you do this work. It's exciting stuff.
I am known in the industry for teaching people psychic protection in a very random way. Because, as we say, I love humor. And I also like things that you are going to remember. So I can share with you the easiest way that I lift my vibration and do psychic protection at the same time. And I guarantee you've never heard this before, and it is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, please do. Yes.
So, everybody goes, you know what, before you do any spiritual work, you should protect yourself. You should make sure you have yourself surrounded by a white light and you're putting out good intentions. And that's great if you are a visual person that can picture this white light glowing ball going all over your body. Me, I'm quite a literal person. And so for me, I can't meditate. I'm really calm. I have to add bacon and eggs to my shopping list. Damn it. I can't clear my mind or focus on anything like that unless I find it hilarious. And so what I started doing is picturing a glow-in-the-dark condom.
Of course.
Because I can't do the white light thing. So when I teach people psychic protection now, I say to them, just picture a glow-in-the-dark condom going all the way over your body, and you're protecting yourself, and you're putting out this is my protection.
I love
And at
it.
the same time, people start giggling. You can actually see when they start doing it because they close their eyes and they start giggling to themselves. And I can literally feel their whole mood and everything just perk up.
Nice.
Their vibration lifts up. They're in a much better mood. They're not going into an investigation thinking, oh my God, is there going to be a demon? They're going in there going, I got a glow-in-the-dark condom on. I'm fine. So it adds that humor. You will never forget to do psychic protection because, you wouldn't have a one-night stand without protection, so why would you go and investigate a haunted location? You don't know if you're going to pick up a psychic or spiritual STD.
Listen, leave it to MJ with these clever things. I love that. That's great.
But you're never going to forget it.
No.
Because you go to the location now and you're like, I don't want somebody following me home. So you automatically do it. And I had one of the most embarrassing moments of my life because of this. When I traveled to Belgrove the last time, a couple of years ago. And I was doing a talk and I decided it would be a great idea to take 200 glow-in-the-dark condoms with me.
You did not.
Oh, I did. So that I could throw them at the crowd whilst doing this explanation, just to add a little bit more humor. And I got stopped by TSA because of all my investigating equipment.
They're like, hey, what are you going to do with all these?
Right? So I got taken into a room to be strip searched whilst they were going through my cases and cases of paranormal equipment. Because let's face it, you travel through an airport, especially at the capital, with anything that kind of resembles a bomb, like a red
That's
pod,
true.
you will be strip searched. Note to self. And
my
while
God.
I was there, stripping down, I realized that I had these 2 boxes of glow-in-the-dark condoms in my hand luggage. And I came walking out, and this guy was stood there holding them. And he just looked at me, and he was like, how long did you say you were in America for? And I went, 10 days. Yep, 10 days.
10 times 12 times 24. Okay. Doing the math.
I was like, it's not what you think, I promise. It's like bombs and 200 condoms. Yeah.
Oh, MJ, you guys see why I just love her. She's just so freaking funny. But I'm telling you, there's serious moments too. We really get down to it. But just having this sense of humor really brings in this energy. I can't stress that enough. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Never forget now, you guys, what the psychic protection's like. So, MJ, I know you just got back. We want to thank you for coming on the show, making your brief but quick appearance. But thank you for the time and what you shared. It was such a joy having you, as always.
Oh my gosh, it was so great to have a chat with you. Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm going to be
really
seeing you
appreciate it.
real soon. I can't wait.
Counting the weeks.
Me too.
22nd to the 24th of October. Well, we'll see each other for Stage Paracon online.
That's
anyway.
right. Well, we might see you guys too, so come join us. So there you have it, you guys. Here's a woman that's out there really pushing the boundaries of paranormal investigation, bringing in all the tricks that she's learned over the years and making it fun, but yet getting down to some deep information and trying to find out what is going on out there in the unseen dimensions. So you guys take some of these tips and techniques and use them yourself, and I hope to see you guys real soon, maybe at the online event or in person at Belgrove. Until next time, this is Karen Dahlman, Creative Visions TV. Bye-bye.